I will be reading the eulogy of Honorable Songang, Akisawa, Mathew Wenge, our Governor General, Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai, Prime Minister Honorable James Morobe, Deputy Prime Minister and our Chief Mourner, Honorable John Rosso, and all acknowledged guests, families, friends, people of Morobe and Papua New Guinea. Honorable Songang Akisawa Mathew Wenge was born on the 12th of December 1959 in Samanzing Village, deep in the Mathew-speaking heartland of Morobe Province, and passed away on the 13th of September 2025 at Port Moresby General Hospital in our nation's capital. On the date of his birth, he was named Akisawa. He was the 8th child out of 10 from parents who were Lutheran missionaries, namely Father Johan Wenge and Mother Wenge. The parents abode from Nabak in Nabak district, where the mother is from Sakalang village and the father is from Kasanombe village. As missionaries serving in Samanzing Village, a Mathew-speaking village, that is where he was born. His journey into formal education began in 1969 with a story that still brings smiles to our face. As a young boy in Samanzing Village, he had no intention of leaving the village until his eldest sister, Songang, cleverly lured him to Hobu village with the promise of something irresistible, which is the flower balls. His sister knew exactly how to tempt him, and it worked. He was carried by his sister crossing 4 mountains to come to Hobu village, and that is where he did his grades 1 and 2 at Hobu Community School in 1969 and 1970. In 1971, he went with one of his cousins to Mumeng in Bulolo district, where he did his grades 3 and 4. In 1973, he returned to his father's home village in Kasanombe, where he did his grade 5 and 6. While in Kasanombe, his parents recalled him who was already showing signs of the leader he would become. In the gardens, he would stack firewood into neat piles as a makeshift podium. Then with the grin and sense of ceremony, he would gather his friends, stand tall and begin to address them, imitating the elders of the village with remarkable accuracy. It was all in good fun, but it was also a glimpse of something deeper, a boy who understands structure, respect, and the power of words. His education took him to Dragafen High School in Pinsafen district in 1975, where Akisawa displayed high intelligence and was also elected school captain in grades 9 and 10, a rare honor that reflected his early leadership and humility. During his school holiday in 1975, he was present in Kasanombe when on the 16th of September, as part of the independence event, he raised the PNG flag while the Australian flag was lowered. In 1979, Akisawa was selected for direct entry into the University of Papua New Guinea pre-year program. Displaying high intelligence, he was selected to study law, and it is there during his law studies that he adopted the name Luther, a reflection of his Lutheran faith and the values of justice and reform that guided his life. From that point forward, he was known as Luther Akisawa Wenge. At the University of Papua New Guinea, he was also a top law student and also was a leader who served as the president of the Law Student Society and a student representative to the University Council. After graduating from the University of Papua New Guinea in 1983, he attended the Legal Training Institute, where he passed the bar and was admitted to practice as a lawyer in the National and Supreme Court of Justice. He first worked as a lawyer with the Office of the Public Solicitor in 1983. As a lawyer, he defended men charged with serious indictable offense. Through fearless advocacy in litigation, he secured over 400 acquittals, earning a reputation as one of Papua New Guinea's most formidable criminal defense lawyers. His successful reign as a lawyer and his outstanding interpretation of the law, he was appointed by the ministerial service to be a magistrate in 1990. He served as a magistrate in Port Moresby, then on to serve as a principal magistrate in Popoleta, Oro Province, from 1990 to 1994. After almost 4 years, he was recognized by our PNG judiciary and was appointed acting judge in 1994. Later on, he returned to our hometown here in Ley City and served as the principal magistrate in Ley District Court. But in 1996, he made a bold decision. He resigned from the bench to contest the 1997 general election for the seat of the governor of Morobe. His campaign was not built on slogan, it was built on service through the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea. He had already earned the trust of communities. During his life, he served as the chairman of the Emmanuel Lutheran Congregation in Gerewu, Port Moresby, then an active member in the Lutheran congregations throughout the country, and a member of the Songang district delegates to the synods. He also became the third chairman of the synod of ELCPNG, one of the highest lay positions in the church. His devotion to the Lutheran faith was unwavering, as he often says, "Me born Lutheran, me stapos Lutheran, kami die Lutheran, na kami polplanimi Lutheran." He was recognized as a senior Lutheran member, where he was given the title of Songang in Kote and Kasiga in Yamin, two leading groups in the Lutheran Church. He won back to his political career. He won the 1997 general election and became the governor of Morobe, serving 15 years until 2012, and again from 2022 until his passing. His tenure was marked with bold advocacy, fearless debates, and unwavering commitment to development. Unseated in 2012, he stood high, and in a colorful way he puts it, that his people gave him rest, and was for 10 years until returning him as their governor in 2022. While there are numerous milestones as the governor of Morobe, we will only highlight few. He was a true believer in education, that he had established numerous high schools in the province, including Kabum, Bayun, Pindiu, Nawai, and Morobe. He championed the Gesan Solulu scholarship scheme, which supported over thousands of Morobean students across the recognized institutions in our country. In his own words, "I cannot reach every Morobeans in the remote districts, but when their children are educated, they will return and support their family and community." He initiated Ley's transformation into a cement city during his first term, starting at Admin Compound. The pilot project to the runabout is proved successful, and we can now call Ley as the cement city. And when critics, especially during campaign time, call him conman and so forth, he doesn't flinch he points back to the road and said, suppose you talk me corn man, all right, corn them cement, the cement. He led major road and bridge development projects across our province. Most recent, the Busu Bridge and the road from Leh to Kabum, which is under construction, and we trust our government will continue and complete. And when his term also ended in 2012, he did not return to private life nor into business, but returned to be with his people at Busu Mountain, a humble settlement where he built his home and lived side by side by his people. And as he most times puts it, we stop the block, we want the blocker. He had walked, sailed and flown the length and breadth of Morobe province like no other leaders before him. From the mountains of Beneme to the coastline of Siasi, from the valleys of Makam to the ridges of Kabum. He knew the terrain and people and their stories by heart. He could name villages without hesitation, recall family trees with precision, and speak to clan histories. He is not only a national leader, but also a local leader of our Nabak and Western tribe. He was recognized and named with the highest chieftaincy in our Nabak tribe, known as Amoiwa. Even as a politician, Governor Wenge remained a guardian of the law, with vigorous debates on matters of law in Parliament for the interest of not just Morobe province, but for the entire people of our country. He is known, and at time during the House trial we've had, as a defender of our Constitution. On occasions when he is outnumbered in Parliament, he takes the matter to our Supreme Court, with leading and supporting landmark constitutional cases, to name a few: the value-added tax case, the Enhanced Corporate Program case, and the Eulogy representation case, to name a few. He was a believer and protector of our national constitution, where in his capacity as a member of Parliament he defended. He also believed in the enforcement of our international law. He was vocal in Parliament that led to the establishment of our two new provinces, which is the Hela province and the Tiwaka province, which he took pride to his death. In his recent time in Parliament, he advocated and was very vocal on the rights and choice of the people of Bougainville to gain independence from PNG. He had more to say and do in the interest of our people. However, we must accept that it is time to rest, as the Lord gives and the Lord has taken. He was also recognized and awarded the highest award in law as the King's Counsel, and is now known as Honorable Songang Akisawa Wenge, KC. Beyond the courtroom and Parliament, our father was a man of family who served his life. His relationship built on mutual respect, shared values and responsibilities. He upheld his duties with quiet strength and treated his household with fairness, dignity and care. Even as a governor, he made a deliberate choice to send us, his children, to school in public schools, and even some schools in our villages, to learn our origin and know our languages. As a father, he was everything a child could hope for. To me and my siblings, he was the best father a child would wish for. And today, I stand here not just as his son, but as his witness. I say with pride and with love. He was a people's leader to the very end. Even in his final days, his choice reflected the same humility and conviction that defined his life. He was a true patriot and nationalist who believed in the intelligence and potential of the people of our country. In his final days at Port Moresby General Hospital, he made a quiet but powerful statement. I will not discount the intelligence of our national doctors. He was offered chance to seek medical treatment overseas, but he refused. He believed in the skill and dedication of our Papua New Guineans. He chose to remain in our country, among his people, and pass on in our people's hospital. A final act of loyalty to the nation he served. He did not die in isolation or luxury. He died in the same public wards where thousands of ordinary citizens received care. The reason was not just personal, it was political, spiritual, and patriotic. It was Luther Akisawa Mathew Wenge. And he had made a bold decision for over 40 years that he would lay to rest in his grandmother's village by Noan. A village so remote with no road access. While it is so remote and difficult, we accept his wish and trust that as a leader he had a good reason, which we do not know, and by thinking that way we do not know, but know that he has something in mind as a leader, and in thinking that we find peace. While we expect to see the goodness to come in few years, we thank the Lord for the commitment by the provincial and the national government to construct the road from Kalangan to Bainduan as a gift for his service. We also thank the Ella provincial government in honoring for his burial site and funded 1 million dinner for infrastructure for his whole community school, Customer Primary School. We see that he still serves beyond his death. While I stand at this podium, I understand he may have outstanding commitments and all. I, on behalf of him, would apologize, but trust that we find peace, and trust that in the service of government we have leaders who our Lord has placed and will continue his work. To conclude, Daddy, thank you. You gave us everything. You gave us your name, your wisdom, your discipline, your humility, and your heart. May our good Lord rest his soul in peace. Thank you.